So commission is the dirty word that we have to discuss. There is no regulation for commission upfront, and there's no commission regulated anywhere in any industry ever.
No, I don't think there is. So commission would be very much based on seller buyer.
So commission is basically if somebody finds a horse for you.
Yeah. A finder's fee?
And that a finder's fee. And it is a stress. And I mean, I've been given the runaround before with clients who want to find the perfect horse, and you take them to look at 82 horses, and then they buy one off of Facebook and you want to kill yourself. So I do understand that for people who this is their job and they do that full time, that having a commission structure is what drives their business. But what are the pitfalls? Like what should people be wary about with commission with horses?
I think the first thing they need to be very, not wary of, but aware of, is to discuss commission upfront, to discuss who's responsible for commission, how much commission will be payable, who else is benefiting from the commission. You know, Patrick, you spoke about the commission chain. Sometimes it's more than one person who's going to get the commission or part of the commission. So be very clear of that upfront so that there are no surprises afterwards when you come and there's all of a sudden a commission payable. And is the commission payable, so it's 10% on the selling price, or is it the selling price plus 10%? You know, so I think that is one of the most important things, is when it comes to the buyer and the seller, they need to agree on the terms of their agreement. And I know we'll talk about it, but it's to say that needs to be in writing. And the reason being is that the minute there's a verbal agreement, verbal agreements are completely legal. That's not a problem. The problem is determining what were the terms of our verbal agreement. I say this, you say something else. So that's why I always say put it in writing. Make it simple. Don't make it complicated, but put it in writing. Find out what the commission is. Make sure that there's provision in the agreement for how the commission works, when the commission is payable, who gets the commission, do you pay it, does the seller pay it? But have that up front before anything else happens. Before you take transfer of the horse, those things need to be sorted out. And one of the things you can actually also put in the agreement is to say that you will release all the horse's medical records to me, including all previous x-rays, medication, all of that things, so that you have it already in your possession. And it's not a case of now things have gone wrong. And rightfully so, the vets say, I'll give you the records from when you owned the horse, but the records before that belongs to the previous owner. And unless they've released it to you, and so that's why I would say ask for all those medical records up front, have it in the agreement that you will give it to me.
Patrick, I really loved what you said about commission early on, which was you have to have an independent opinion when you're buying a horse.
Yeah.
And it must be someone who's excluded from the financial benefits of that sale. And I'm with you that I think there are many, many reputable dealers and coaches and everything out there. But to get the stamp of approval from someone who doesn't stand to make small profits off of you.
Yeah, I think that's correct. And look, I don't think that's in every case. There's a lot of cut and dried cases that we see where it's a totally suitable horse. There's one person in the commission structure, your instructor or whoever it is, that introduce you to the horse. And it doesn't happen often. But I do think if you're not sure and you've been back 3 times, the vetting is a little bit iffy maybe, and you're not sure, I think it's always helpful to take somebody who's outside the commission chain, just to say, you know, maybe your friend's instructor, and buy them a McDonald's lunch or a bottle of wine and say, please, can you just come over and have a look? I'm not going to hold you to it. What do you think of this horse? You know, I think there's a lot to be said for that. I think it's human nature. I think if there's a sale on the table, then
totally,
you know, and you stand to benefit from it. I don't think there's too many people out there who are going to push a totally unsuitable horse onto their own client. I really don't believe that's the case.
So we don't want to teach people on that unsuitable horse.
100%. Yeah, you're going to end up riding it. I don't believe it's a big problem. But I think when you are undecided and you've had sleepless nights, get an independent opinion. I think it's worth doing.